Hello and welcome to Trail Buddy. I'm Mark and this is Kendall, and we're finishing up our bike build tonight. Hopefully we can get it running and driving. So we're just gonna go. There's a ton of little stuff we got to do on here, just like the brake rod, for instance. We got to bolt the exhaust on. Our clutch cable isn't in, stuff like that. So there's a lot of little parts. So probably just be following us around the camera as we button everything up, and then hopefully we'll be going for a ride. All right, Kendall, when you're putting that grip glue on, don't get a ton on your fingers, but take the tube and smear it all over the pipe there. And then try to stay, yeah, there you go. Yep, just a little bit. Okay. Then take like the edge of one of these little rags here. So you don't get your finger full of it, and just kind of like move it around good so it's getting good contact. And try to favor to the outside, because when you put that grip on, it's going to want to get it all towards the... Alright. Then grab the grip and just go ahead and press it on. Or put your... There you go. Go all the way till it stops to the end. Got it. Now I don't think these are any, yep, these are all symmetrical, so there's not like a bottom part or a top, so you're good there. There we go. All right, Kendall, we're ready to tackle the chain, so some gloves on because this is a pretty greasy job. And what we're going to do is we're also going to set our length here, and our goal is to start as far as we can forward, so as it stretches, we can move it back, and then as it gets to the end, then we need to take a link out and move it back forward again. So until that happens, here, now there'll be a master link in here. So right now we need to lay this over top of all this of our rear sprocket and our front sprocket combo. And we just want to be careful not to get it into any dirt or crap around us. All right, so lay it over top. Put the motor into neutral. Roll it all around there. Yeah, kind of hold the bunch of it in your hand and kind of let it pay out as you go along. Okay, you got it pushed forward as far as it can go. Oh, let me, looks like the chain adjuster is a little tight, and I'll try it again. Okay, I'll lay it. All right, so we are going to have to pick the next closest one. And we're as far as forward as we can on your other side too?
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna be here. So we're gonna have to break these two. Okay, so now we got that chain out. Let's pull the pieces together. And we'll get that master link set. I got it. Yep, so that always goes in from the back side like you're doing. Okay, so then we're going to put the connecting link in. Going to hold the master link from the back.
Yep.
Don't worry about the tire spinning. It's not going to fall off the chain now. Okay. So now we got to get this guy on. You know which direction this one goes? Yeah, there we go. There you go. Now you can get that on there. We're going to have to hold the back of the master link so it doesn't... Okay. Ready?
Yep.
There we go.
There we go. Now we just got to tighten the chain.
All right. So now
I wash my
we'll go wash our hands because we got grease all over everything. All right, Kendall, come over here. Let me show you how to do these chains. Now, there's kind of a little bit of an art. So what we're gonna do is right now our axle is super loose, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tighten this axle until it's just snug, where I can barely push it back and forth. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's gonna be a little bit of a chore because we've got that safety nut on here where it's really tight on the top. Okay, so now I feel that the axle's snug. I'm gonna loosen it. I want to be able to move it back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we're gonna take note on the left side. There's all these marks. So right now we're at about 1, 2, almost 2.5. And where are we over here?
From 3.5.
Oh boy, 3.5, huh? All right. So there we are, about 2.5. So we're going to take these sets of 10mm nuts, and we're going to get them tight. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So you're about 3 already, huh? How's it reading now?
Still 3.
All right. So now we're plenty loose here. So let's tighten give me that wrench, and we'll tighten this side. You said you're on line 3 on that side?
Yep, line 3.
All right, so that is a little tight. And then what we also want to do is we want to look down the back because sometimes these lines aren't always perfect.
And it's gonna
And
be
the tire might be like way kicked to the side. So we want to make sure our chain isn't sticking anywhere, which it looks like it is. So we'll probably have to back off this side. Got it.
Yep.
That's better. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that our adjustment nuts here are tight against the swing arm. We don't got to go crazy because you can really strip these out pretty quick, so they're tight. Then what I like to do is put another set of nuts on here. You have to put that one on this side. And then we kind of double nut, so that way it doesn't rattle loose. And we're out having fun. Got it? All right, now that we're here, now we can adjust our brake rod. So that way we're getting the right amount of brake throw. Okay, so Kendall, when we were setting this up, we seated the brake shoes a couple times, and that really got that drag away. So now we just want to set it to where we give it a little bit of a throw, and it stops super easy. Because what we could do is if we were too far forward, kind of stinks, but we could back this off, reclock it on our splines, and then give ourselves more adjustment. But as this goes back, we'll have to adjust that out a little bit as it gets further away as the chain gets loose. So we've got that set. We'll have to set that a final because we got to put our foot pegs in here yet, and I don't quite know where those are going to land. Okay, so that's the rear brakes. fire. All right, we'll turn that off before we rattle everything off the workbench.
Okay, let's put the kickstand on.
All right, Kendall, so I'm gonna hold the bike. You're gonna loosen up the Trail Buddy bike building stand, and we should be able to fall back on the tires. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take these 2 bolts loosed here,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can pull that out, and we can start with our foot pegs, and we can get that in. So let's get that jam nut loose. There we go. All right, so now we are. Cool thing about this, you could probably do this by yourself. You wouldn't even have to. All right, so now we've got to get those other ones loose for the engine mount. All right, now it's loose from the bike, so pull it down your way. And there we be. Okay, so now we're ready for our foot peg assembly. All right. Are we good?
Yep.
All right. Now let's set her down. There we go. All right, we're ready to pull it. You want to push it off the lift to get the ironers? All right, so go ahead, sit on it. See if it feels comfortable. Let's start it up a minute. Key's got to be on. Give it a little gas when you do it. No, when you. All right, there it is. So we got to do a little bit of cable management to get this all from being wonky, but there's the payoff.
Yeah.
All right, seems good. All right, so we got our clutch about halfway in the middle where we want it. We're not revving up crazy. I think we're ready to ride. Let's get it outside. All right, so get her off the stand. All right, grab your helmet. Take it easy, ride around. Stay out of the mud puddles. How's it feel?
The chain's a little loose, just a little bit.
Here, take this rag. All right, I got it.
You know, you said take it easy.
Chain is definitely loose. All right, we better bring it in and do the cleanup.
What?
All right, so we did our take it easy shakedown run. And then I got in it and just checked everything out nicely. Probably should have had my helmet on, but so all of our adjustments are working great. Nothing came loose. The only thing that we did is our chain stretched quite a bit from our first initial ride. So we just got to adjust that in. Clutch is in the right position. And I think it was a pretty good payoff. What do you think? Is it pretty fun to ride?
Yeah.
After you put all this effort into it and all the time?
Yeah. I mean, you looked like you had some fun, but
Well, you had to test it thoroughly.
yeah.
You took it so nice and easy. You took my take it easy to heart. So I'm still a kid, I guess. But everything was working really, really cool. So no hesitation from the motor. We'll still take it a little easier there. I wasn't over revving at all. And we've got major slop here in our chain. So we'll probably even want to take out a link. Everything else looks good. Nothing's hitting. So I think it was a pretty good payoff run. So we'll take care of the little details. I mean, we just got to adjust the chain back and everything else is working good. And then we'll just kind of tool around the shop yard and we'll be good to go. So we'll be bringing this bike with us to the AMA show here for the summer. And it'll get some major use there. Everybody will be able to see and check it out. So it'll be pretty fun. So if you like what you see and you want to get some of these parts and pieces, check us out on mytrailbuddy.com.